Hey guys, it's already been fed. We're here with a video. We're going to be doing some Elijah Craig. So our first one that we have is just good old small batch. We picked this up a while back. I would say this is a pretty good entry bourbon. If someone's just getting into bourbon, they want to try something a little bit more proof point, this would be it. We're not a huge fan of small batch, but I still think it's pretty good for what it is. But we also have some subscriber bottles that were sent to us. So we got an Elijah Craig 18 year, and then the label's faded, but this is a C923. So the reason why the label's faded on this one is I think that it leaked a little bit, and when it leaked onto the label, it completely removed the label. But we can actually see the C923 at the very bottom. It's faded, but we can see it. So C923 has been one that we've been looking for, and we have yet to find. But we're still trying to hunt for it, so maybe we'll get lucky and find it. So got that one, and then the coveted 18. So I recently came across a bottle today, and I picked it up, and I've already had people offering some trades, and one of the bottles they have to offer is Elijah Craig 18 for it. We won't disclose what the bottle is for trade, because we don't know if we're going to end up trading it. It might be someone's wedding gift. He's getting married and he wants a bottle for his wedding, so that might be his bottle. If we don't trade it or find someone to sell it, we're making sure he's not interested in it first. But we're going to try these, I would think, in order of which they are valued. So like 30. If you can get MSRP, C923 should be like around 70. 18, I want to say it's like a $160 bottle, roughly 150, 160. So if we trade for this, we'll actually probably pay closer to like 130, 140 for it when it's all said and done with the actual cash in value. Starting out though with our small batch. Real light, little woodiness. You know, I do love the small batch when I drink it over ice. I find that if I drink this over ice, like crushed ice, it tastes like sweet tea. I get some herbalness to it, like a tea. It's got a little bit of heat. It is 94 proof. Yeah, 94 proof. The wood's there. It does have some ethanol burn to it. It's not as smoothed out. I would expect, even though these are higher proofs, these would be a little bit more smoothed out just because of more bang for your buck, probably longer age statement. Moving on to C923. We do have some water to cleanse our palate. I don't think we need it, but we'll do it anyways. I think our sniffer's broken. Not really smell a lot. Well, we can definitely taste that we're drinking higher proof, but the burn is less than the small batch. Interesting. A lot more woodiness coming through from the wood, charwood. It's a little spicy, a little tangy. Pretty solid. I hear that C923 is one of the best Elijah Craigs that's been released lately as far as the barrel proofs go. You guys might argue with me, especially because there's those private barrels, the private barrel selects, their store picks. Obviously, like those are a dime a dozen, but depending on which one you get, maybe you get like one of the best of the best. Like maybe it is better than some of the barrel proofs, but C923 sample, it's pretty good. If I could find this for MSRP like $70, like I'll jump all over it. Now the 18 is actually lower proof than the small batch. It's 90 proof. It smells lighter. It smells sweeter too. That's really like buttery and savory. It still definitely has a lot of wood notes that are very woody, at least on the front ends. Some caramel for sure. A little earthiness. I think out of these three, I do like this 18. But honestly, just trying Elijah Craig in general, having the small batch, the C923 and the 18 on the table, I'm not so sure that I would go out hunting for Elijah Craig. I've been really looking for the C923, but we'll revisit it here in a second. Yeah, that is super smooth. I like that. I think we got a little bit more leakage on this one. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, out of all the samples that the subscriber sent me, this is the only one that leaked, and it leaked on the label, and this is like one of the main ones I was looking forward to. But luckily, the only leakage was like super small amounts, so it was just enough to take the label off. So we still had almost a full sample of this. In fact, I think it leaked because it was too full. Thank you so much, by the way. You know who you are if you sent this C923 over to me. They don't want to be named, so we're gonna keep them anonymous, guys. It's not that I forgot who sent this to me. Like, I could say their name right now, but we'll keep them anonymous. Just know that I'm very appreciative of these samples, and I don't think I would be able to find an 18, like a sample that someone would give me. I'd probably have to go to a bar and pay some money to have that poured, because that's a pretty hard to get allocated bottle. That's why I'm glad I found someone that's willing to trade, and I was able to taste it before I trade for it. So I still might go for that. C923, I'm not going to be disappointed that you sent me the sample, but I think this is the reason why I won't be hunting for C923 anymore. If I do, I'll probably be looking for it at the price point of $70 MSRP. I still think it's a buy. I'm not going to overpay for this. I'm not paying $90 or $120 for it. I do like higher proofs though, but like this one has like an ethanol burn to it, and the char from the oak comes very far forward. It's like overbearing. Like I just took the smallest amount. You hear my sinuses going right now? It's like in the back of the throat, and it like comes all the way down to about here, and I can feel like this burning sensation from it. And I want to say the C923. I don't know if I can see the proof on here. It says 13 years, which is pretty cool. It just says barrel proof. It doesn't actually say the proof on here, like the label's super faded, but it's a 13-year age statement, so that's pretty cool. It's a 13-year, but yeah, it's just too much for me, man. Still got some leakage on this bottle too. I'm not sure what's going on with this. I have an extra cap. I might just change out the cap or see if it's the threads on the bottle, but I would have to pass on this at anything above MSRP. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm sure it is the best one that's come out in a long time. I'm not going to disregard what you guys have said, but I don't think I'll be hunting for it. And then the small batch, honestly, for like what it is and how cheap it is, like I think it's great for cocktails, but just drinking it neat, like I don't really care for it. And I know that like some of my newer drinkers, when I've given them some Elijah Craig to try, it wasn't a fan favorite at all. In fact, it was one of the least favorites. Drinking this compared to the C923 though, I'd be hard pressed. I might actually pick the C923 over this, but not by much. So when you come back and enjoy this 18 though, like I said, I got somebody that's looking for a wedding gift. I'll wait to see if they send me some more messages. They are looking for a Michter's 10, but they have a price point, and unfortunately, in order to get that Michter's 10, I would have to go past that price point. I think the next best thing I could give, if it was a Michter's product, would be the rye, but he doesn't really like rye. He wants bourbon. So I think the Bombergers that I got, it's a Bombergers 2023 there. I said it. That's what we'd be trading for an Elijah Craig 18 year. Go ahead and let me know in the comments right now. If I don't get rid of that Bombergers 18 for a good cause, the good cause being someone's wedding, and I'm going to keep that bottle for trade, should I keep it and open it and drink it? Or should I trade it for the Elijah Craig 18? It won't be quite a one-to-one trade. I'll have to give a little bit more, but very, very little bit more for an Elijah Craig 18. So I'll pay like $30 plus a Bombergers 2023 for Elijah Craig 18, which will actually put me in the money for right below MSRP. So I'll actually be getting a better deal on the Elijah Craig 18. but I won't be able to trade for that right away, so I'll have to wait till like next week or the week after. But out of these three, the 18 is my favorite. So if you guys think I should trade for an 18, let me know in the comments. If you think I should keep the bomb burgers and open it up, like I have no problem doing that as well. We've never had a Michter's product, and out of the Elijah Craig products, now that we're having the 18 in front of us, like this is a pretty good bottle. Had to finish that blend; it was so good. Yeah, there's some woodiness to it, but it's light, it's sweet. It doesn't have like a long finish to it, like a long lingering burn or taste that I don't like. It's pretty desirable. And it's only 90 proof, so it's really light. Not saying I want to make it a daily drinker, especially because of how hard it is to find and the price, but that would be a really cool bottle to the collection, especially to have open. So I'm excited to have that, guys. I hope you guys like what you see on the table. I'll put some bottles on screen, that way you won't just see the sample bottles. But we have an Elijah Craig small batch, we have an Elijah Craig C923, and then one of the coveted allocated bottles, one of the unicorns, an Elijah Craig single barrel 18 year. These two come in the same style bottle, just different label for the C923 barrel proofs. Same thing with like the private barrel selections, very similar bottle, but the 18 comes in a different bottle. It's like a little bit shorter and rounder. I'll put it on screen so you guys can see it. But $30, like 70, 75 MSRP. I see it as high as 85, 90, depending on what area you're at. That's kind of like where I was kind of sitting at for my top dollar for the bottle would be about 90. And the 18, I've never seen it in its RP, but I want to say it's right around 153. I think Victor just picked one up today, which also inspired me to go ahead and try this video, to try this 18, because I have a chance to get it for less than what he paid for it. And if he got an MSRP, I mean, the guy's got connections. Victor's got some crazy bottles. I might need to pick it up for myself. So that's why I was inspired to do this. But thank you to my subscriber who sent these samples over. It was the same subscriber that sent both the C923 and 18. So I was glad to do a comparison. And I was glad I had a small batch to do as like a control. So we know what the low end is, we know what the middle to high end is, and we know what the absolute top tier from Elijah Craig is. So we do like all three of these. I just think if I had to pick one, it would definitely be the 18. Like, this is super good. The C923 is just barely better than the small batch, but it's like double or triple the price. So hard to say that it's worth it there. But like, comment, subscribe, and when you comment, please let me know. Should I pick up this 18? Should I make that trade if that bottle doesn't find its home somewhere else, especially for this man's wedding? I mean, he's going to be the groom, so if that's what he wants as his wedding bottle, because I can't get him a Michter's 10, I would have no problem getting him the bomb burgers. But otherwise, that bomb burgers is going to be repurposed, and that bomb burgers is going to magically turn into an Elijah Craig 18. RJ the Fed signing out. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, like I said, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.